Again, we do have some potential here for the market to bounce, and probably we're going to find some level in here for it to bounce. I'm just not sure exactly where it is. Here's what you need to know before the bell. The markets are just kind of holding support here, getting oversold. Again, markets are going to be weak this morning, so we're going to kind of retest the downside from yesterday. Again, we've broken the 100-day moving average. We took out the 50, the 20s crossed below the 50. So there's certainly some negative activity going on here right now with the S&P. So we certainly don't want to dissuade that. And as we had kind of talked about previously as well, we had this kind of declining top that we were dealing with and really weren't able to get the market out of that. And of course, we kind of had this wedge pattern that we took out here recently as well. So that does set the market up to retest this 200-day moving average. So there is certainly some downside risk here. The one thing that we continue to kind of work through, of course, is talking about this kind of end of the quarter rebalancing. So there's certainly the potential here for this market to do just about anything you can imagine it will do. But we are oversold here on a pretty deep basis in terms of our MACD sell signal. That needs to flatten out and start to turn up here. That would give us some indication that we're probably closer to a near-term bottom. Relative strength index is also very oversold here. So again, we do have some potential here for the market to bounce, and probably we're going to find some level in here for it to bounce. I'm just not sure exactly where it is. But again, we've got potential here for this market to kind of get a fairly strong, decent bounce here. And then, of course, you can use that bounce as a better opportunity to reduce risk, rebalance risk, whatever you need to do to get you into a better position. But again, this is part of this is, get through this week. If we go back statistically and look, when you have both a weak August and September historically, October tends to be a pretty positive month. So again, be careful here. Don't panic here right now and go, oh, the market's going to crash. I got to sell everything. We've had 2 weak months in a row. That is a fairly long stretch of weakness. And again, we've talked about before, we have these buying stampedes where individuals think the markets just won't stop going up. And as we were talking about in June and July, we're going to get a correction. That correction could be anywhere from 3 to 5 to 10%. We're working through that process right now. This is the selling stampede side of those buying stampedes. So for every positive, you got to have a negative. So if you have a period of strong stock market rallies, you're going to have a period of declining stock market rallies. And it's just that's the way the markets work. And we always tend as investors to just look at the upside. Oh, if it's going up, it's just always going to go up. Or like now, it's going down, it's just only going to go down from here. That's not the way the markets work. So try to keep some level of just stability within kind of your attitude and forecast. We're just going through a corrective cycle. It's been very orderly. There's nothing going on here that is disturbing or concerning, nothing like that. So again, we just have to work through this process. Probably get a rally here in October, November, December. And then next year, that's where things may get a little bit more challenging again, as all these other things economically, financially, interest rate wise start to really impact the overall economy. And of course, that's going to translate into lower earnings for companies, and that's where valuations become the issue, because valuations right now very high. If earnings come down, prices will have to come down as well. So the big risk for a bigger correction is likely next year. We're pretty much through this cycle here. Look for a rally, then you can rebalance risk at a little bit better level. Okay, that's what you need to know before the bell this morning.